Jeez. I am, just a little bit tired, y'all. Just a teeny bit. But yeah. We're continuing on The Great Ace Attorney, Episode 5, The Adventures of an Unspeakable Story, in which we found out previously that Gina, in particular, has been caught up in some sort of mix, and Iris is not in a particularly good place right now because literally all her found family is in some sort of danger or caught up in something. So this is bad for a kid developing at the age of 10. The fact that one of her best friends it might be going to jail and all that such. Not the best thing in the world. But you know what? We're here to help. We'll start investigating some more to help save Gina Lestrade. You right? Well, blam! 16th April. 1:26 p.m. Windy Banks Pawnbrokery. Oh, hi Tristan, how you doing? This is like the second time I think I've seen you around here. It's a pleasure having you and all your peeps aboard. Thank you so much for showing up. It's a pleasure. We're continuing on our investigation, by the way. Here we are again at the scene of the crime. Now to thrust this representation papers in Grayson's... God dang it. My pills went off. In Grayson's face and see what he makes of them. Okay. Hello again, Inspector. Do you have a minute, please? What is it now? Should go home and get some rest. Here you are, Gracie. Here are the representation papers. Your ladyship! Oh! I don't believe it. How the devil did you get that stubborn little ragabushin to sign that? I salute you. That is good work, that is. I can see you've been very busy here as well. How about some tea? It's a special blend designed to relieve fatigue. Just keeps drinking that tea, man. Oh, lovely. Well, let's see now. Yes. I don't feel tired at all. I'm fit as a fiddle, your ladyship. Would it be alright if we investigate the scene of the crime then? Do as you please. You know where it happened? Through the door behind the counter. Yes, the storeroom. That's where I discovered Mr. Winnybake and Gina. Oofla. Right, well, I'll be getting back to business then. Will you be investigating the storeroom as well, Inspector? If I'm perfectly honest, we need to wrap this up before too long. Can't afford to spend too much time on it. But there are so many articles to go through, it's taking forever. Even the lads are working around the clock. Which is a problem, because there's another case that y'all needs to investigate urgently. This must be what Lord Strongheart meant by far more serious matters before. So what I'm saying is, don't get under my feet, sunshine. Come then, let us not waste any time. Okay, so let's examine all these little areas here, because we've been needing to. What does these bulbies have to say? This officer has been staring intently at the wall since we came in here. Shh, keep it down. Oh, sorry. There's a major clue just here. Really? Then we must tell Gracie at once. As soon as I report it, that'll be it. Be stuck here ever longer. Stuck here? What do you mean? We haven't been home in 2 days already. Need another constable to relieve me and take over me shift. Ah, they really have a tough time, the British police. That doesn't stop us investigating, though, does it? No, I suppose not. Fairly sure it was the calendar he was peering at. Hey, Miss Tori, how you doing? Glad to see that you're here. It's been a while, I feel. I don't know why it has. Maybe just because I haven't been popping into enough of your streams. I've really been meaning to do so. But yeah, honestly, I'm doing good. I'm glad to see that you're doing at least well enough to come over here and see me. Hopefully it's a little bit better than that, obviously. I just want people to have a good time, you know what I'm saying? That's all I want. And I'm so sorry, I've been busy with family. It's fine, it's what happens. Family stuff happens. It just comes out of the blue, out of nowhere, and slaps you in the face. Go like, ah! Please, no more of the slap. No more slap at your mouth, babe. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just a little hot. Very, very, very. I need AC bad. I really want to get AC, but it's a here or there moment right now, and it makes me sad that it's a here or there moment. Fairly sure this contraption was here yesterday as well. Here we are. Though I'm not confident I get it closed again. Oh yes, that's a folding stereoscope. Really? This is a stereoscope? Mr. Shlom showed us a picture yesterday that you were supposed to be able to see in 3 dimensions. But for that, he used the great big contraption over there. Oh, well, that's for use in public houses and places like that. It contains a carousel with all sorts of pictures inside. But this little thing is a much simpler design for use at home. Our special shop selling prints you can use in them. I have a little collection myself. I wonder if I can make money out of these in Japan. Would beat keeping my toilet as sparkling clean anyway. You're gonna be lurking? Alright, for sure. That's for sure. I get that. That's kind of like one of the best ways to do things. Lurking while playing a game. Just hearing some audible voice like you had company. Oh, watch out! Oh, look here! Oh yes, a bullet hole. And I can see the bullet is still lodged in the wall. Presumably Mr. Winnipeg wasn't practicing with his revolver in his spare time. Ah, well. Mr. Slums likes to practice in his drawing room whenever he can. He's very patriotic like that. Sorry? It's all there in the Adventures of Herlock Shlums, you know? Isn't that right, Iris? Ah, did I write something like that? In Gist? Well, he doesn't do it often. It's quite a dangerous pastime. Doesn't do it often? You shouldn't even do it once! Forget that for now, Reno. Let's examine this bullet. What's that around the bullet hole? Is it blood? Suspicious red stain on the calendar. Ah! I may well be able to help with that. What? There's something like the sight of blood to get the blood pumping, is there, Runa? I have a feeling I'm not as bloody-minded as you, Iris. I'm afraid the sight of blood makes my blood run cold. There you have it, you see? When it comes to blood, we're all different types. Yes, what a scientific observation. So you need this. Oh no. What is that scary looking thing? Harley and I haven't actually come up with a name for it yet. But as soon as you see it in action, you'll understand what it does. Watch! Oh! Oh! The color of the bloodstain has changed! There! Does it make sense now? Yes, I think I'm starting to understand. Good! It works on the principle that different people have different types of blood, you see? Yes, how wonderful! The chemical it fires combines with the blood and makes it change color. So you can identify whose blood it is that you're looking at in a flash. Oh, what a fabulous invention, Iris. Isn't it? Isn't it? I bet Genny would say it's blatant great. So whose blood are you looking at then? Well, all the chemical does is turn the blood a different color, so... just find someone whose blood turns the same color and you'll know who it belongs to. In a flash. It's more like 2 flashes, really. Isn't it? 1 flash or 2. This could, well, turn out to be a very valuable clue. So we must make note of it in the court record. Okay. Let's keep testing and adding the results of any other blood analysis to the portfolio. As long as I have region left, sure. We can look at it more? Green blood. Just seems wrong somehow. Oh, there are all sorts of different colors. There are pretty pinks and purples too, you know? Like I said, everyone's blood is different. Wonder what color my blood would turn out. Actually, I don't want to know. Okay, you probably should know for the sake of, like, stopping things. 3 gold balls. That's right. The sign shows the shop is a pawnbrokery. A bit like your armband shows you're a defense lawyer. Oh my god! Thank you for the gift, Rar! Oh my goodness! You had to see the little new thing! Little Marina! I love her so much. She's so cute. She's so cute. Oh my god, thank you, Rar. Thank you for showing up as well and having a time. You love it? I love it too. It's super cutesy. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, this is going. You gave it to Audacity, believe it or not. Which, Audacity, congrats. They come on the channel quite often, so that's good. I'm sure they will love and appreciate it. And I love and appreciate the gift too. You're gifting people things. And what's the significance of the 3 gold bars? Does it have some special meaning? I expect Hurley would like to answer that question when he's back from the hospital. You mean you don't know? I guess not. I don't know either. Okay. This is that is a strange contraption that lets you see pictures of things as if they're right in front of your eyes. Makes you think. When Mr. Sloan gleefully showed it to us yesterday, we were blissfully unaware that any of this was about to happen. Were we now? Because I was full on ready for like murder to happen. The police are scorching every inch of this place by the look of it. Instructions from the order to examine every article in the shop, every ledger and book of accounts. Every article? But that's a ridiculous amount of work, surely. We've been hard at it ever since the shop has declared a crime scene in the early hours. Sitting through in all shifts at least, but still. We'll be working through the night, that's for sure. And even then, we'll barely have scratched the surface. Crime in a pawnbrokeries. It must be every policeman's worst nightmare. It's every copper's worst nightmare, you know? Crime in a pawnbrokeries. Said it too. Fucking, y'all just being gay. Gay ass gay solidarity. That's great. I love to see it. Oh, it's hot. Why are things so hot? Some days I just, I want to like put my hair up. But then I'm just like, no. Because my hair cannot be put up. I've tried. It gets worse. It tangles worse when I put it up. And that just can't be done. And I'm just like, oh. I tried. It's not worth it. You'll be taking time away from work for a while? You won't be working for a while, is what you're saying, Rar? If that's so, that'll be interesting. I take it, Are you doing something else in particular? If something happened, I would like to be updated. On purpose. On purpose. That's fair. Something else happened in particular, like, I'd rather just hear it rather than you just, like, shittily detailing me about something. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more. That's all I'm saying. I want to be happy for you. Let's see here. Hats. I've investigated thoroughly, but I can't find anything out of place. These shelves are where the pawnbroker puts articles that have been forfeited on display for customers to buy. Yes, it's a real strange, Miss Lundy, isn't it? I mean, who would buy, this horse statue, for example? Well, sometimes you could find some real treasures among all the junk, you know? Are you alright, Bruno? Oh, it's just, well, it looks like a collection of useless junk as a whole. When you pick out individual things, you can't help wishing you owned them. Even that horse statue. That's exactly how the pawnbroker works. They're very clever. Okay, that's fair enough. With the way things are going, I kind of figured it was something to do with the foster stuff and whatnot. I really hope things work out for you quite well because you two are such a lovely household. Honestly, I could definitely see it being very loving and supporting. Like for real. That's a music box. Do you have them where you come from, Bruno? Yes, but I never seen one as large as this in Japan. Oh, well, this will be a treat. Shall we have a listen? What do you think? Isn't it a pretty sound? It's a beautiful sound, yes, but it's a little hard to enjoy when the policemen in the room are giving you fierce looks. Never mind that. If any of them say anything, I'll tell Gracie to have a word. Iris Wilson, Superintendent of Scotland Yard. She really do be. She'd be holding a bunch of power. It's ridiculous. Holding all that power for a 10-year-old on top of the fact she invents stuff. Honestly, iconic. Can't wait to see her gold boss gatekeep gaslight everyone. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that parents are getting angry at you because they can't understand gender past freaking 6th grade biology. That really be hurting. I mean, like, kinda. They didn't misgender you? No issues? Okay, I'm surprised. I'm glad they were at least decent to you, because, like, I definitely do not expect that to be the case. I expect a lot of these people to be just awful, to be honest. It's the article ledger here. Mr. Winniebank's notes and, what's this? Looks as though someone has left a little photograph print behind. Oh, look at the back! There's some writing. Is there? Oh, show us, Susie! Show us! Oh, it's that dude again. 15th February at 10:30 p.m. Auger deposited. One gentleman's overcoat. Loan amount paid £1. Redemption deadline 15th April, 10:30 p.m. Gentleman's overcoat upon it for £1. Clearly it was a very fine coat. In fact, I think. Yes, this must be the ticket for the overcoat that Genny redeemed yesterday. Is still wearing, which belonged to McLean. I never expected the redemption ticket to be handwritten on the back of a photograph, though. Seems Mr. Winniebank used whatever piece of paper he happened to have at town. This photograph of a cat looks very familiar, doesn't it? I'm sure I've seen this exact same picture somewhere else recently. Oh, yes, you're right. Very recently. It's the same as the one Ageni gave us earlier. Of course. I was forgetting that she gave us that print. But what are you waiting for, then, Mr. Naruto? Get it out! Oh, alright. Let the cogs turn. Yes, they are exactly the same. I've got it. These two photographs hide an amazing secret. A secret? What does she mean? You must tell us, Iris, at once. Do you really want to know? Yes, we need to tell us all you know about this pair of photographs. Oh my god. She's been a little thing. Let's see here. Because this is yeah, honestly. That's a really cutesy way to put it. I love that. Honestly, Cactar is just very good with the comebacks and such. But I don't know. I wouldn't worry about kids too much. They kind of are just that way. They're kind of curious and they don't have the proper wording all the time. I wouldn't let that stop you from like doing what you're gonna do. It's just a matter of like kids are just kind of cruel because they're kids. And like I know that sounds a little bit weird, but like yeah. I'm not. Like, the kids I actually have in my class are fine. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, just a matter that kids need to be informed and whatnot. So it's just like, as long as you're not you're not going out because of that, you know? Because, like, I understand you, like, gotta do other stuff and whatnot and all that such, but I will be honest. I still haven't fully come out at work. And, like, I kind of dread the idea of coming out to work because it does mean that, like, I kind of will have to deal with customers being extra bitchy to me. God, customers already do not like me. There are customers that love me, that just straight up love me, have no idea why, but there are other customers that are just like, ugh. I swear there's one customer that thinks that I'm like, they're literally their arch enemy. Because they're like, why are you always a dick to me when I come check out with you? And I'm just like, what? Dude, I don't even know you. Like, legitimately enough, like, never consider a cashier actually cares about you, because that is just a plain fact. I don't care about any of my customers. I do want to make that very perfectly clear. I don't. I am too tired, and I'm too see everybody all the time. There are very few customers that I actually care for, and even then, they would know. Yeah, coming out is scary. Exactly. That's my whole entire point of Audacity. Just, or Tristan, I should say. I just, it's a brave step when you have to do it to a place that you have to frequent, you know? It was, every time I had to do it. But being out has been amazing for you. Oh, good, I'm glad. You want to focus on your hobbies, to be honest. I mean, that's fair. Honestly, just being a housewife, focusing on hobbies, things like that, that's what I'd like to do too. I feel like I already do that, to be honest, though. Like, I think I would want to work, but I would want to work, like, one day. Just to, like, get that sense of, like, bitter taste in my mouth. I don't know how else to describe it, because, like, I generally feel like I need to, like, work just to have, like, a shitty time. Just to enjoy everything else extra. I don't know how else to phrase that. Because I generally feel like if I got, like, say, like, $1 million right now, I'd probably do something like that. I wouldn't work a lot. I would work, like, probably, like, once a week or something instead. Yeah, something like that. Like, if I could work one day in a month or something, yeah, I could do that. Yeah, it'd be good to see you do some art streams. Rar, I would love to see that. Yeah. Cactuar School is definitely better than some other schools that I remember. I'll tell you that much. Register that's open on the counter there really is enormous, isn't it? It's be awful a lot of work to keep track of all these hundreds of items in pawn. It's too much to think about. Better to sell it all and have a clear head if you ask me. Clearly Mr. Winnybake was very careful when it came to the articles in his care. Was that all there is to it? Yeah, that's all there is to it. Just a little extra little thing. Okay. Time to go in here. Behind that door is the storeroom, isn't it? That's what Gracie said. Yes, that's where I saw that dreadful scene last night. Through the little window in the door. Mr. Winnybake face down on the floor, with Gina beside him. As the accused legal representative, you have the right to examine the scene, Mr. Naruto. You must make a thorough investigation. Yes, of course. And we will. Behind that door, that's the real scene of the crime. Don't worry. If there are clues in there, I'll find them. You'll find them? Whoa. What is this? The missing skills for your character model. Oh yeah, that'd be great to do. Do that. Coming out when your system is a whole new type of fuckery because Damn Tristan. If that don't just hurt just a little bit to be like the only one in the crew, just straight up being like, but I like men. And everyone's like, I don't know what you're talking about. That doesn't make sense to me. Why would you do that? I get that on a much smaller scale because, like, for a long time, I've only had friends that liked other stuff, other interests of mine, and not specifically video games. So I didn't really have anyone to talk about video games or anime to. And it was definitely one of those things where just like, oh, so just like, oh, I wish I could talk to somebody, you know? So that's a whole thing on top of the fact that like a lot of people don't understand plurality, and it's definitely a more nuanced thing and something that I think will be the next step of coming out. Just like how trans people were the next step after gay marriage was the thing. So now gay people are being accepted more, but trans people are getting like all the backlash and all that such because quote unquote we're a new trend. Not the chase, of course, obviously, but this is like on top of, and just like, well, people who don't know where a system gets super confused. Yeah, obviously makes sense. I get where the confusion leads. I definitely feel like it's pretty easy to understand once you actually get it explained. But yeah, Ayas really reminds me of a WoW gnome. Yeah, she kind of do, huh? You know how have this nerd, though I mainly speak in memes. Yep, you do. I'm sad about it too. Okay. Systems get so much hate. They do, and like originally I was getting like really mean and hateful towards systems, but it just like eventually came to a point where I just like, I don't really care. Like, in good truth, I just don't understand it a whole lot, and if it makes people happier, and it's a way to process things and whatnot, the whole entire dead thing is definitely a thing, and it's just like, that's just something that's a thing, you know? And one of the people that I know as a Twitter mate came to me and was just like, hey, because of your like little tweeting about anime and stuff like that, like I decided to just like go ahead and like read Watamoe and things like that, and that made me really happy. And like I didn't know they were a plural system at the time. And it was one of those situations where I just like kind of like, why am I hating all of a sudden when I just finally accepted polyamory as a thing? And got that whole entire situation under control and whatnot. And just a lot of the time, when it comes down to me accepting things, it's just me going like, really, in general, I don't care. I don't want to oppress people, and it's not actively hurting people per se. I don't get the whole entire not wanting to seek help per se, but in the same sense that, like, you know, this is not my place to judge. This is not my place to understand how a system works. I'm not a system. I only just need to understand that it's a system. And there's plenty of people there and all that other such, and etc, etc. It's a mental illness, not so much as a choice. No, I mean like in the sense that, like, people willingly keep being a system. That's what I mean. If I ever did say that. Did I say that? I don't think I did. Did I? It's very possible, because, like, I definitely meant it in the sense of that. What is even happening in Texas? People taking people's rights away? Fascism? I mean, that's what Texas has been all about. I mean, honestly, I'm trying to get my girlfriend out of there, to be honest. And just, like, I feel like that's part of the reason why she's not exactly having the best time in the world, is because she's in Texas. You know? I'm just kind of like, if we get my girl out of Texas, maybe she might get better. This is a possibility. Then again, there's a bunch of other stuff that she needs to, like, take care of and hold up, and she's getting help for that, and that's good, and I'm glad, and it makes me happy. And, like, I think the best way to say it is that I wouldn't change her for the world, to be honest, with the way that she is and everything, but, like, I do want her to be better. I do want her to feel better. You know? That's what I want. Generally speaking, just, that's what I want for most people. It's just, like, if they feel better, then the rich get taxed. You know? I do! I have a girlfriend! I have Wolfwind. Thanks for the congrats. It's been a bit. Did I not mention this before or something? I could have sworn that I did. At least in a vlog, I think. Or maybe you just didn't know, Tristan. But aside the fact, yeah, that happened back in June, and I announced it in July. Although she wanted to mention it earlier on in June, almost immediately after the fact. It's not that I didn't want to, it's just June is a hell month for me. And I don't need more things to happen for that. And I've had people announce that I was their quote-unquote girlfriend before, and then the relationship lasted a whole weekend. I will never forgive them. Straight up. I don't. I'm still quote-unquote friends with this person, and I hate them. Like, absolutely, just like full out, just like, I hope, generally speaking, bad things happen to you. And not like bad things, but like, oh, my turkey's a little dry in my sandwich. Or like, oh, like I didn't get exactly what I wanted. Those kind of things. That's my petty revenge. Yeah, I may have told an alter. Yeah, for sure. I know I don't factually mention every now and again. It's not that I'm trying to keep it hidden, and I don't know, it just doesn't come up. It's one of them things. Date for 3 days and get married, right? That's what I want. Fuck. Can't marry because insurance, though. I need my insurance. And if I get married, that's gonna flood things up, and I don't need that. Would you mind if I showed you this, Iris? It's just a boring old thing, really, but... Oh, I don't really like boring things. It's like Japanese modesty is easily misinterpreted by young Western children. I mean, who does like boring things? No one wants to be shown something boring. Come to think of it, you're always introducing things with, this is boring, but it's a bad habit. You should stop it. I'll be sure to let the entire population of the Empire of Japan know on my return. Let's see here. They never find the last puzzle piece. Their socks are always uneven. Are you like trying to knock lesbians or something? Because like that sounds like all good things to me. Waka waka. So Iris, about these photographic prints. The one we found here on Mr. Winniepink's counter, and the one Gina gave us before. What is this amazing secret you mentioned that's hidden between these two identical prints? Actually, that's not quite right. Sorry? If you look carefully, the two prints aren't the same. Not exactly. They're not? Have a look at them now. I think the eyes are different. Yeah, the eyes are slightly different. Like, you see it? They're slightly different. Can you see they're just slightly different from each other? I think so. It's very subtle, though. But what's the reason for the subtle difference between the two prints? Well, it's because they're a set, you see? No, I don't think... This pair of photographs is meant to be used in a stereoscope. Everyone in London is raving about them in the moment. A stereoscope. Why do I feel like as though I've heard that word before recently? Oh yes, that's what Mr. Shlomes showed us earlier. You see, there it is, just over there. Oh yes, of course. A metro machine that makes pictures look almost real enough to touch. Why did I get bonked? Well, actually, it's quite possible to see the same depth in pictures even without one of those contraptions. What? Really? Do you know what a pair of flat photo prints can appear to have any depth in the first place? No, I have no idea. Oh, wonderful! Then I'll be able to tell you. She's over the moon, bless her heart. Should we let her explain, though? We really need to carry on investigating the scene. I, for one, simply have to know. Oh my god. There we go. Got two more things. I have no idea what you're talking about, Tristan. What are you talking about? Yeah, fucking... fucking Rar. Oh my god. I love you. I love you too. Just straight up being like, yeah, I'm gonna marry this girl. I like her. I don't know what Cactar is. Cactar is Rar's, significant other. I guess is the best way to say it. Their wife. My wife. I don't know how to do a Borat voice. Do I? My wife. No, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do a Borat voice. No. I do like Borat though. I saw the second one. Second one was actually really good. Real good moves. Okay, how do these work? You ever considered, Bruno, how our eyes see depth in the world around us? Well, I just open them and it works. But the reason it works is because we have two eyes. Two eyes? Shocking. You try closing just one eye at a time, I think you'll see it straight away. What you see with your left eye, and what you see with your right eye, are even so slightly different. You get a different view with each eye. Yes, the position of objects seems to shift slightly. Exactly, and in your head, your brain uses this shift to estimate depth as it merges the two views into one. That's how we can sense depth in everything we see. My brain really is amazing, isn't it? There's so much without telling me. I think I see. So the pair of photographs consists of a left eye view and a right eye view. Is that right? Oh, well done, Susie! You're so quick. So if you can persuade your brain to merge the two pictures together in your head, you'll be able to see depth in these pictures? Yes, Bruno. You're beginning to understand. The stereoscope's function is to act as your brain and allow you to do just that? Yes, but as long as you have two images, two eyes, and one brain, you can actually do it yourself without needing a stereoscope at all. You can? Really? Ooh, we're gonna find out how the 3DS works. This is literally how the 3DS works. Alright, y'all, you need to, like, pump up the pictures, pump them up. I I'm gonna put them on after this little thing right here, okay? Yeah, any pronoun, non-binary wife. And you're trans woman, yes. You're a trans girl. Okay. Let's try it. Let's see if you can view this pair of prints without the help of a stereoscope. Oh yes, I'm dying to have a go. Suzuto-san really loves this kind of thing. You need to be able to cross your eyes. That's the main thing. Can you both do that? Cross my eyes? I think I can. Watch me, and see if you can copy. I can't do that. I seriously cannot do that. Make your eyes do this! Alright, let me try. Are you ready, Mr. Naruto? Oh god! Monsters! Monsters! Sent via Discord. Will do. And I know where Rars is. In the usual spot. Yeah, say it that way. There, how's that? Wonderful, now it's your turn, Runa. The trick is to concentrate on looking at the bridge of your nose, with both eyes at the same time. But I can't really do that. Not exactly easy task when two people are staring at you cross-eyed. Alright, that's enough practice. Now let's try it looking at the prints. Start by staring at one print and slowly crossing your eyes. Whoa. You should see two overlapping images like this. You try it now, Runa. Just going to have to give it a try, I suppose. Did the print split into two images for you? Now the next step is to put the pair of prints side by side like this, and then try to cross your eyes again. Until, you form a new single image in the center. Oh yes! Mr. Naruto, it works! I can see it in the middle now. It looks so real! Oh, I could look at it all day. I wouldn't advise that. Your eyes might start to hurt. Your turn, Runa. Pretend you're looking through the two pictures and slowly cross your eyes. Keep adjusting the positions of your eyes until the two images overlap exactly in the middle. Like this! Like this, is it? I can't tell. There, you managed it! So now you know how stereoscopic images work. Well, I don't know who discovered it, but it really is quite extraordinary. Okay. So what do I think of the prints? I don't know. What should I think about the prints? Oh my god! Fucking this meme-ass meme. Y'all gotta do this to me? Is that what it is? You people. I really should know different. This is great. I love this one. Good job, Rar. You win the Image of the Week award. I guess this one? It should be fine. Let's put these two together. Hope everything makes better. Oh yeah, girl. Don't you know, girl? I got you. I got you. Oh girl, I need you too. I need to put you into place. Oh girl, I need to put you on my face. Girl, girl. Need you now, somewhere clean, girl. There's Rars. Ah! Literally unplayable. Okay, and then the next one. Cringe. Cringe. Tristan, you get the cringe content. It's here, the cringe. It's cringy time. I can't believe this is an actual song too. That's the thing that gets me the most about this. Is that it's an actual song. There. God, it's awful! I hate it here. Why did you do this to me? It's cringe in time. The song is literally unplayable, right? They're certainly amazing, but it isn't easy to get the knack of viewing them properly. No, some people find it easier than others. But that's why contraptions like this exist, for people who find it tricky. Oh, I recognize that. We saw one over there yesterday, didn't we? Can we turn the airplanes in the night sky or stars? No! Fucking cringe! Stop being so cringe, okay? If I remember correctly, you press this little knob here. Then sit the pair of photographs in the stand in the back, and then... It's still amazing, even though I know roughly how it works. This is probably something that actually worked in 3DS, but not here. Well, London seems to agree with you. Stereoscopes are very popular at the moment. You can find one of these folding contraptions in lots of households in the capital currently. Am I being ironic or serious? You'll never know. You are being ironic. Please. But if these little machines are so affordable, surely there's no need to go around staring cross-eyed at pictures like you eat them. But it's much more satisfying to be able to see the effect with your own eyes. Well, I think so in any case. Stereoscopic pictures. Never even heard of them until yesterday. We certainly learned a lot about them, but I wonder if it's knowledge that I'll ever actually need. It is. It's gonna be exactly that. It's gonna be like a stunning case and things or whatever. It's gonna be like, oh, breakthrough in case. Okay, new location. Feels different to normal today for some reason. A lot of attic rooms. She wants to help her friend. Okay, let's go to Windy Bank's storeroom. 16th April. Windy Bank's storeroom. Poor Iris. She's clammed up completely. Iris is bound to find this difficult. After all, Mr. Winniebank's life was taken in this very room only last night. Oh! Wait, Inspector! What is it now, Sunshine? You took one look at me and tried to run away. Think a Scotland Yard inspector would run away from some jumping up little defense lawyer, do ya? Well... Never seen no ladyship looking like that before, is the thing. Didn't know what to say to it. So you weren't running away from me? Running away from a 10-year-old? When you put it that way. I think this is all a little too much for young Iris. Some gentle reassurance might go a long way, perhaps, Inspector. What? Him. Don't trouble yourself, Holden. Your ladyship? I mean, at least you're not dead, are you? Didn't think that went very well. Oi! Look, I'm in the middle of investigating here, Sunshine. I told you not to get under my feet. We have investigating to do ourselves. Yes. I'd like to hear more about what the socially inept inspector has to say. Oh, Harley. Inquired to how Mr. Sloane's operation is going. Dang. Oof. Could really use a wish right now. Wish right now. Wish right now. It's freaking... Forgot that's how it sounds like too. I don't really use a wish right now. Wish right now. I mean, honestly, it just sounds like that Battle Royale theme. If I'm gonna be real. Just wipe out Tomato Town. That kind of thing. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. To be honest. Schloom's operation. Gracie, do you know anything about Hurley? Is the operation finished? Is Hurley alright? Is he? The thing is, Don't mince your words, Inspector, please. You don't mean to say that Mr. Sloane's is... No. The operation's done and dusted. It's just that, well... Out with it. Yes, ma'am. They use something called a general, anesthesius. It's the latest thing. It renders the whole body insensitive. Whole body, anesthesia. Is that even possible? Means the operation could be completed while the patient is fast asleep. That's what happened to me. Goodness, in the Empire of Japan, we could just manage to provide laughing gas for a tooth extraction. Yeah, that stuff is no joke. That takes you out almost immediately. It's ridiculous. The anesthesia. I got gallbladder surgery, and basically I was on the table. They put me up like in a cross. So I was like T-posing at the time. I swear to God, I really was. And I remember putting my legs a little bit further, looking up at the ceiling, and the next thing I know, I wake up and I'm hurting. I go, ow, 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 ow. And like, the person looked at me in a panic state, but they said, oh, you're not supposed to be up right now. Let me get you something really quick to make it go away. And they did. Pretty much I was up for a solid, like, I think, minute. And then I went right back. Like, they put a little bit more into me, and then the next thing I know, I was in bed. Yep. It went by. Like, boom, boom, boom. It really went. Surgery is scary in the sense that, like, you just don't remember it. If I were to say anything was the scariest bit, though, I would definitely say that, getting inside the tube, what is it called? The MRI machine. Very scary. One of the scariest moments of my entire life. Because it is a small tube. It is a small tube. And that small tube barely fits me. And you are in that tube. And you could see nothing else. It is just whoosh, tube. And I, the dumbass that I am, opened my eyes, and I saw that I was in said tube, and being the claustrophobic fuck that I am, started panicking really, really hard at the time, and I was trying to last it a little bit longer, but they kept moving further in, and like when I was moving in, my arms were hitting the little thing, so I had to adjust it. And that just scared me more, as if I were to get stuck. And I couldn't handle that, and I was just like, no, no, no. So I just started panicking, and I went out of it. I think I was in there a total of maybe... I think they wanted me to be in there for 15 minutes. Some people have to be in there for like an hour, which is ridiculous. And I told people too, I told them, I need drugs to be in there. They did not give me drugs to be in there. I wanted drugs. I seriously asked. Like, I'm supposed to like be getting like a drug or something in order to like be in there, because like legitimately I do not have the ability to. And I didn't. I think I was supposed to be in there for like 15 minutes. And I was in there for probably 3. It was just that much. It was just... Whew. I'm surprised I lasted that long, because like it was like a minute and a half in that I opened up my eyes. And just don't do that. just don't do that. Trouble is, the latest thing isn't always the greatest thing. If you follow my meaning. They couldn't get the medicine to work at first, so it took hours for them to nod off. So I heard. Now the whole piece finished, they can't get him to wake up properly. Oh my. No one knows if it's the anesthesia still in the system, or the bloke's just plain exhausted. Anyway, all they had to do is stand back and watch until he comes around again. Really? Well, when he opens his eyes, your ladyship, I swear I shall get word for you. A surprise. Even in matters of life and death, Mr. Slomes has to do things his way. Okay, the scene of the crime. So, Inspector, what do you make of the crime scene here? Psh, well, I've got eyes, haven't you? Use them. Is what it looks like, nothing more, nothing less. Iris, could you lend me a hand? So, Gracie, what do you make of the crime scene here? Oh yes, your ladyship, do allow me to humbly explain. Last night, shortly after the hour, 1 o'clock in the morning, Scotland Yard, police attended the scene. The one and only door to the storeroom was found locked from the inside. So is it locked from the inside? Look appears to be broken now, though. Was that the police officers doing? What right, ma'am? What right? We took the liberty of smashing the door in, as humbly as possible. Oh. So you see, the victim was discovered prostrated to the floor. Thus was. Next to the four-minute body, we discovered the Volga child. Are you talking about Agony? She's my friend, you know, Inspector. Mr. Strahd, the hapless girl, was curled up on the floor, dead to the world. She's still alive, you know. Yes, when I saw her, she appeared to be unconscious. I'm afraid to say, she had the gun that was used in her hand. No. Presumably it's the gun that's still down there on the floor now. In a pocket, we found the key to the door as well. What? The key to this? The key to the storeroom? And you say the storeroom had been locked from the inside, Inspector? Correct. All of which leaves her ladyship friend. Something of a sticky situation, I'm afraid. Obviously, my personal opinion is that all sorts of misunderstanding. Of course it isn't, Inspector. Of course it is. Oh, no. Okay, so examine then, I guess. These articles have been deposited. The room is stuffed full of them. Can't believe how many there are. A bicycle, a gramophone, musical instruments, even some enormous paintings. Look! Pieces of different people's lives quietly gathering dust in here. Something very peaceful about the atmosphere in here. Or at least there would be if not for the chalk outline on the floor. The policemen shuffling around. Not much I can do about that, Sunshine. Why does he call us Sunshine? Like, honestly. Because we come from the land of the rising sun, is that why? Is that why he calls us Sunshine? Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbow candy drops. This is a revolver. A real one. And quite possibly the murder weapon used to take Mr. Windybank's life. What's the matter, Susie? You and Reno look like you're about to faint. Well, it's just that I've rarely seen a gun in the flesh. And I've had issues with gun in the past. But anyway, we saw Mr. Windybank with us yesterday, didn't we? I shall have to take my own life. Must be the same gun. Last night, I looked through the spy hole in the door in the storeroom here. That was the same gun I saw in Gina's hand. Mr. Windybank told us that he'd only ever had a single bullet loaded in his revolver, didn't he? Well, it's empty now. The one only bullet he had in his gun has been fired. So we're fairly certain that only a single shot was fired from this revolver. Oh, it's hot. That's sweet. Why is it so hot? It's so hot. Man, I wish I had air conditioning. That's all I would want. For all the articles in the storeroom, this is the only thing that shows any sign of being ransacked. Ah! What is it, Iris? That's the book file that my manuscript was being kept in. Oh? Our unpublished story. The Hound of the Baskervilles. Surely that's not what all this. Sorry, Iris. He asked me, he sold it. Without telling you. We must check inside the box at once. Yes. They're checking inside. That's kind of cute. It was there! Iris' story was there! Really, it was? Well, that's good news, isn't it, Iris? Yes. I mean, of course I believe Harley when he said he deposited it in here, but still, it's a relief to actually see it. Really? Because that's not a very well-known, very well-hidden frown. Okay. So Gina went in to check to make sure that the little thing was here. She didn't want to see Shlooms to be lying to her friend. Because she'd be that way. Lisa marked the position of the body with a chalk line. Poor Mr. Windybank. He was a nice old man. Well, he was shot just once, through the heart. Most likely the fella died instantly. He wouldn't have felt a thing. This must be his blood then. Ah! Don't like to ask such a wretched time, Iris, but I wonder if perhaps... Don't worry, Susie! I'm ready for action! It's blue! So now we know the color the chemical turns when it reacts with Mr. Windybank's blood. And it does match our analysis of the blood stain we found in the main shop. No, but it lets us add to the sample of others that we're already collected anyway. Okay. Iris? Don't worry, I'm alright. We must find the true culprit. Yes, absolutely. Okay, I think that's all there is to this little area here. I can't imagine anything else in particular. It seems to be all there is to it. Can't do much there. What if we present him with something? Is that what I think it is? Your ladyship's latest? Yes, my latest story. It's called The Hound of the Baskervilles. Most fascinating title, your ladyship. Fascinating. And, I don't suppose... Would there be any mention of my humble self, in that tale, this time? Good question. I can't really remember. I see. Well, why would you, your ladyship? I'm just waiting its publication with your, anticipation. You don't worry, Inspector. I'm sure if you do appear, you won't be, doing anything particularly remarkable. Looking to be arrested, Sunshine? I didn't mean it like that, but even if I did, you wouldn't have bitten her ladyship's head off, would you? Oh yeah, he doesn't. Don't want to look at that. He just has the tea. Just sips it good. Sip it good. Do 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 do. You could sip it. Yes. Okay. Blood samples portfolio. No? No for the blood sample portfolio either. Okay. I guess we could just go to the hospital then? Because I'm pretty sure we got everything else here. Yeah. God, this takes forever. Alright. I'm gonna move then. Oh. No? That wasn't where we were supposed to go? Where are we supposed to go then? Okay, let's go to Baker Street. Nope, not here. Nope, not here either. No? There you go. 16th April. Local prison. Cell 13. She doesn't appear to be here. I believe she must be in questioning at the moment. Oh, but wait a minute. What is it, Iris? Well, if you examine the scene here carefully, there's another possibility, isn't it? Gina could be slipped the key from the jailer when he wasn't looking and escaped. Oh my. What? Why would she do something like that? It would only make her situation worse. Calm down, Reno. I was only joking, of course. Oh. You had me worried there. I thought it was a great deduction. Yes, it must be your way with words, Iris. You're so wonderfully persuasive. Perhaps you don't fully understand the weight your words carry. Oh dear. I'm sorry. I suppose a light-hearted, great detective is a contradiction, in terms. In the same situation, I'm sure Mr. Slomes would just have thrown his head back and goughed. Not entirely sure that's helpful, Mr. Nara, though. Well, anyway, so we won't be able to talk to Gina for a while. Should try to make progress with our investigation in the meantime. Yes! Come along, Runa. Come along, Susie. So nothing here. So I guess we'll just have to go back to, the storeroom. Because I don't know what else could be here. Is it really that we just didn't do that? Nope. Oh, no, it is. Inspector, what do you make of this? Oh, what? Over here, then. Redemption ticket for the article deposit here, is it? Looks like someone ran out of the office station area and wrote the ticket on whatever paper was at it. Was to it. Yes, this is the ticket for Mrs. McGlynn's overcoat. The one little diver turned up with yesterday. Oh, actually, no, it's not. Really? Think you know better than me, do you? No, I didn't mean to, Oh, it's unbearably hot. Why is it so hot? Why is life so cruel? That's right, Gracie. It isn't the same ticket. Of course it isn't. Oh, of course it isn't. I never doubted you, your ladyship. So what's all this then? If I might be so bold as to ask. This is a second ticket. Second one? Seems that Mr. McGlynn, in fact, had another article in storage here at Windybanks. Is that right? If you ever need a cooler place, I would if I could, Rar, but my car is not in the best shape, and thusly I cannot use it to go to places that are further. The furthest I could go is like 30 minutes away, effectively. If I go any further than that, then I fear my car might break down. Otherwise, I would. I really and truly would. Trust me. I am hot. I think we need to discuss this further with Inspector, Mr. Nardo. Good, because he's ever so easy to talk to. Of course. Ticket was in one of the pockets of Mr. McGlynn's overcoat. You mean to tell me? Yes, there was more than just the music box disc, it seems. Should have insisted on the lads taking it back to the yard and examine it properly. According to the details on the ticket, Mr. McGlynn deposited another article here with Mr. Windybank. Yes, I can see it written here. Small box, was it? Do you have any idea where it is, Gracie? Any idea at all? It's another article belonging to Mr. McGlynn. It could be an important clue. Well, yes, I suppose it could be. Please stop looking at me with those big turquoise eyes. Oh, full of hope and expectation. There's too much pressure. I'll lose me marbles. I will. I'll go barking. It's no time for dog impressions, Inspector. So no sauce from you, sunshine. You found something you found cool. Okay. That's good to know. There's one thing that springs to mind. According to this ticket, the redemption deadline's already passed, hasn't it? Oh yes, of course. Audits can only be held for 2 months. So a small box would no longer be in here, then. That's right, it's been forfeited. Which means it could be on the shelves in the front of the shop, where the forfeited items are offered to sale. If the shelves in the front, we must search them at once. Wasting your time. Oh? There are dozens of little boxes out there, hundreds even. Can't possibly know which one might have been McGlynn's. That information is not written in the register. Well, I think we should at least have a look, just in case. Of course, your ladyship, of course. Very sensible of you, I'm sure. This is getting old. Okay, so now I gotta go look for things in the little main shop. Okay, can we converse a few more? Not really. Examine. We gotta find a little box. A boxy box. A foxy box. Oh? Yes, this is where all the items that have been forfeited by the original owners are offered for sale. That's right. They all got little price labels on them. But there are so many. I wonder if the small box this ticket was for It's still on the shelf somewhere. A box that Mr. McLean deposited here over 2 months ago. Even if it were, finding it promises to be very troublesome indeed. It's a Foxy box. There are so many boxes, it could be any one of them. Mr. Sloan said that the pawnbroker's was the safest place to store anything. More secure than a bank's vaults. So perhaps the small box of Mr. McGlynn's contains something of very great value. Well, if that's the case, he'd probably have it kept it locked. He probably would have kept it locked. So then we need to find every box of a lock and break them all open. Oh my god. That sort of misconduct will get you arrested. I won't let that happen. This takes me back. It's been some time since Sasata-san last threw me. Is this foreplay? This is foreplay, isn't it? Okay. Oh. I swear I need to like run my head on cold water or something, I swear. It's just that hot, I swear to you. Ugh. I don't see anything else. So we just go back then? Do we converse with her? See, this is a problem. Present. You have nothing else to present. Examine. Maybe there's like a floorboard that I missed or something. Just we gotta double check things. No? You would think something around here would be just like slightly mishandled. I didn't quite get it. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything anywhere. So let's move to Baker Street. Nope, there's nothing. I didn't want to go to the store room. I actually wanted to go to converse with Iris to see if she would give us something. Okay. Oh god. Why is today especially hot? I don't get it. Seriously, today is so freaking hot. What is it? It's like 86 degrees and like I'm just like very hot. Why? Why am I this hot? It's not usually this bad. I have both windows open. Oh, this feels so good. Yeah. I'm getting like breeze. Summer wants to be cruel. This is fall, baby. This is technically fall. I mean, it's technically summer, but still. I wish I could fast forward through dialogue. The way you can identify different people's differences in people's blood is like this is amazing. You really are a genius, Iris. I know, I am. If Hurley and I put our minds together, we could really shake up Britain's chemists and alchemists. And you could shake up Japan's lawyers and judges, couldn't you, Miss Naruto? Oh, for sure. Even if I didn't intend to. So there was just a bit of that. Oh, my manuscript. Mr. Slum said he deposited it in the Winnie Banks, and he had. It's so strange. What is about this particular story? I worked so hard on it. Why would Hurley say I can't publish it? I'm afraid I have no idea. All I could do is wait until he is ready to tell you, I suppose. Oh, maybe. It's because Hurley isn't in it enough. Maybe I didn't give him enough good lines. Yes, maybe. Wish I could say that definitely isn't the reason, but I can't. What if we examine it then? Okay. What do you mean you can't find anything out of place with it? The Hound of the Baskervilles. How does Sasata-san know the exact title of this unpublished story? Suppose I'll just have to wait until she's ready to explain it to me. I'm so sorry. Okay. Mr. Nado, I don't know if you noticed, but there's something rather troubling here. I have noticed. The red smear, you mean? Yes, it looks like blood, doesn't it? I wonder if Sasata-san had picked up on that. Well, in that case... Yes, we need Iris. We should show this to her before we forget. Oh, there we go. There was the thing that I needed to do. So I found it. Oh, that looks like blood. Say it's from a gloved finger. Almost certainly a glove made of leather. Well, don't worry, Runo. You can leave the rest to me. Purple? Look at that. Yes, that's a color we haven't seen before, isn't it? You simply must add it to the portfolio of blood samples. It could be an important clue. Although, it would be nice to find out whose blood these different colors correspond to at some point. Well, this particular stain of blood. Oh, you've had an idea, haven't you? Do you know whose blood this is? I think I do. Yes, I have an idea whose blood it is. Not from the color it turned, but from with a little deduction. That's right. I think it's clear. Iris, you know as well? You first, Aruna. Who do you think it belongs to? Who would it belong to? Cash ticket issued from the pawnbroker owned by the victim, Mr. Windybank. That's what looks like a bloody finger mark on it. I'm guessing Mr. Windybank? No, Mr. Windybank was green. Alright, I believe that this is the blood of the Thrice Fire Manson Pop. No, it's not him. It could be Manus McGlind. Could very well be. But I think Gina would be a proper bit. But it said from a glove, right? Thrice Fired Mason? You don't sound very sure of yourself the way you trailed off there. It was 2 months ago now, that case. And of course I never met the victim, so I'm struggling to remember his name. It was definitely Thrice Fire, though. The victim of the omnibus case? Yes, his name was indeed Mr. Thrice Fire Mason. But that would mean that this bloodstain was less than a ticket 2 months ago. Yes, I think it was. Gina brought this ticket here to Windybanks yesterday. I'm suggesting that the bloodstain was already on it at the time. So it's a smear of blood from the time that Mr. Mason was killed 2 months ago. Something else is coming back to me now. Mr. McGlynn was also wearing red leather gloves that night. Now I ask yous, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a felon bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. Something does look like a leather glove thumbprint, this mark. We know that Mr. McGlynn had no injuries on the time, anywhere on his body. From which we can conclude that any blood on the glove belonged to the victim, Mr. Mason. Mr. Narado, You sound just like Mr. Slums. Minus the quirky slip-ups, I suppose. Yes, I think you're right, Bruno. Very well. Let's make a note of this. Okay. We got one. We got one. In our blood sample. Yes, we did it. That was it. Oh, you jumped out of my skin there. How could Mr. Winnybake set such a wicked trap? I doubt he set out to scare anyone. Is that really the time? I think perhaps we should pay Gina another visit soon. Oh? Her trial is tomorrow. We must establish whether or not you'll be defending her. I think we should ask her one more time. She may have changed her mind. Don't you remember, Bruno? You told her she could rip up the representation papers if she didn't want you to be her lawyer. Really? Did I say that? Yes, you did. The deadline for submitting the paperwork is fast approaching. In that case, we have to better hurry back to prison and talk to Gina again. Okay. So now I gotta go do that, and then after that, I think it's visiting Mr. Shlom's time. Because apparently this case is all investigation and then all trial. So it's boop, and then it's boop. And this, I think, has the most investigation all at once, with like 4. I think the trials are set to 4 different things. I was checking a guide to see how long this thing was, because that's why I was like, yeah, I want to get it done this week. I just want to be about a week off, if I can. That way I can start playing Final Fantasy. You know? 16th April, 5:41 p.m. Local prison, cell 13. Gina, good. You're back. Police must finish questioning her then. Oh, how was it, Ageni? Was it awful? Oh, didn't bother me. Thank you for your papers you signed before. It meant we were able to investigate at Windibanks. Oh, right. Don't you want to know how we got on? We've been ever so busy. What's the point in asking? Wouldn't change what everyone's saying, that I did it. That's not... Gina, we came to ask for your final decision. What decision? About tomorrow's trial. Will you let me defend you or not? I must submit the paperwork now if you'd like Mr. Naruto to represent you. Right, I see. She really lost her fight all of a sudden. But I know what it feels like. The worry is just so hard to bear. Representation in court. We already have the representation papers and other documents we need. What to do now is hand them to the court account clerk. That is, if you're allowed me to represent you in the court tomorrow. No, don't bother. Yenny, rip them up and chuck them, will ya? Them representation papers or whatever they're called. This cell ain't fancy enough to have a pin. So, what will you do in court tomorrow? Be fine on my own. I don't think you will be. Look, it don't matter. What's gonna happen is gonna happen. This is one stubborn pickpocket. Oh, alright then. Blimey, give it to rest with them eyes, Iris. So come on then, fill us in. Who done it? Unfortunately, we don't know that yet. You don't say. We don't know yet, Gina. But Miss Ignorado and all of us know that you are innocent of this crime. While we haven't yet managed to work out who the real culprit is, there are a number of interesting facts that we have managed to establish. Oh yeah? Like what? Well, for example, the reason for you being there in the first place. I think I know now why you broke into Windibanks that night. So I'm going to have to take some evidence that clearly reveals the reason and thrust it into Gina's face, or I could present it to her calmly, I suppose. Okay. She was here because of this. Do you see this pawnbroker's ticket, Gina? It's the one you took to Windibanks, isn't it? The one in the black overcoat that you're wearing now. Eh? What? That it? I don't know. They all look the same to me, those tickets. Surely not. Well, this one has a very obvious mark on it that would appear to be blood. Eh? Does that ring any bells? I don't know. It all looks the same to me, blood. It all sound the same to me, these answers. Suspicious. Okay. What about the manuscript, then? The manuscript of Iris's latest story. Ah! Oh, right. Well, that's good, then. Curiously, the storeroom at Windibanks showed no sign being ransacked for items of value or the like. With one exception. The box filled that house... The box file that housed this manuscript. It was you, wasn't it, Gina? Who broke open the box containing the manuscript last night. Eh. We're determined to find out whether or not the Hound of the Baskervilles was really there. That's the real reason you broke into the storeroom last night, isn't it? Eh. Why don't you tell us what happened, please? Alright, yeah. This Baskerville's story is the latest Shalom's adventure, right? But it ain't been printing yet. So I figured it's gonna be worth a fair few pieces of silver, right? Yes, at least 5,000 pounds. What? So you intended to sell Iris's manuscript, did you? No, Kenny. How could you? What? Wait, no. Hang on. Of course I wasn't gonna sell it. All I wanted to do was find out the manuscript and whatever you call it was really was there or not. That's the only reason I was in the place. For Iris's sake, isn't that right? The fact that Iris is like, I'm sad, and then immediately Gina goes, please don't be sad, please. Just like legitimately like big sister, little sister just getting manipulated, go like, oh no. I feel that hard. I feel that way hard. I definitely feel like that's the big sister that I am. That like as soon as you like say something that makes you go like, I'm sad, I'm like, no, don't be sad. You knew why you'd done it from the start, Gina. Of course we did. But I know you wouldn't do anything mean like that, Genny. I just knew it. Well, I saw the manuscript in the storeroom. It reminded me of what you said that night before. Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Bare-faced liars, a lot of them. Just ain't realized it yet. Telling ya, that manuscript ain't in Windibanks. You'll soon see if you had a look. If I'm honest, I have wonder if Hurley's telling me the truth sometimes. I mean, that I sometimes wonder if we might have hidden my manuscript somewhere. Somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him. Genny, that was so sweet of you. Alright, alright. Tell you what I did, why I did it. Just stop looking at me like that, Iris. Reason for breaking. It wasn't because of Iris. That's not why I did it. I just wanted to know the truth, that's all. I want to know if Mr. Sloanes is being honest. He really deposited the manuscript at Winniebank's. It's like I told you the night before. Never had a father. Iris's lot ain't like mine. She's got her dad. Only she can't see him. I reckon that's gotta be harder. That's why she writes some stories. They're about her dad, really. That's what it sounded like to me, anyway. Last night, when I was listening to what you were saying... Stories? About Daddy? You mean they're not the adventures of a great detective? So much as the adventures of a great detective and his trusty partner? Well, that's how I see him, yeah? You're so thoughtful and so kind, Genny. Yes, and we never thought any differently, did we? Look! Give it a rest, will ya? I ain't all this chumming nonsense. You hear? I ain't it. I don't trust no one, right? That's how I work. Because if you don't trust no one can let you down. So leave me alone. Go on, scamper. I love these types the most. I can't trust nobody. Trust people immediately. Yeah. They're my favorite kind of people. I hadn't noticed until now, but it's unmistakable. Right there on the bottom of the sleeves of her overcoat. Some very suspicious red stains. What? Why are you looking at me like that? It might be worth presenting some of our other findings in that area to Gina now. So let's present the blood sample. Those stains on the sleeves of your new coat, Gina. They're blood, aren't they? And not that I know whose blood yet. What? Blood? Mr. Nardo. You don't appear to have any obvious wounds yourself, though. So could it be blood that splattered from Mr. Winniebank from when he was shot last night? Let's not beat around the bush here. This trusty friend of mine will get results much faster than anything else. Eh? Take it easy, Iris. Don't move, Genny. I'm going to shoot. Purple? We've seen purple before, didn't we? Oh. Oh my. What the? Forget the sleeves. The whole coat is covered in blood. The whole coat is covered in blood. Of course. The black color of the fabric was masking the stains. That's why you haven't seen them until now. The blood has reacted with the chemical to turn a purple color, which matches one of the samples we've already collected perfectly. Yes, now let's see. Who had the purple blood? Aha! Yes! It was the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, the victim of the murder case 2 months ago. I knew it. What? What are you all about? The victim? Who do you mean? It's a rather uncomfortable situation, Mr. Nato. But I think that makes things quite clear. It means the omnibus case is finally solved. The truth about who really murdered the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, is revealed. Oi, will someone explain what's going on? Stop telling half a story. So, who killed? What was it really McLean? See, now the victim's blood is all over Mr. McLean's overcoat. But in the trial 2 months ago, Friend said in his testimony, now I ask you whose good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a bleeding fellow from his stomach. I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. You look at his overcoat now, it's clear. The stains couldn't have arisen from Mr. McLean trying to pull the victim to his feet. No, if that was what really happened, the blood wouldn't have splashed all over the front of the coat. The only explanation for this pattern of blood is that it splattered over Mr. McLean when he stabbed the victim in the stomach. Stabbed him? So he did do it. Tried to run for the truth for long enough. But there's no escaping it now. The true culprit in that case, Mr. Mason's killer, Magnus McLean. Mr. Nando, the horrible case is solved at last, and I helped the man walk free from that trial. Used all that twisted testimony and all that sham evidence to prove his innocence. How could I have let that happen? Nuno, do you believe him, though? Do you believe Mr. McLean was innocent? I believed... Or rather, I think I was trying to believe. I wanted to. Because believing in those who represent in court is a defense lawyer's greatest weapon. A weapon? Before we came to Great Britain, a great friend of mine taught me a valuable lesson. You mean Kazuma-sama? Listen, Renosuke. We lawyers are only human. Can't know for sure what is truth and what is a lie. Which is why we resort to our primary weapon. An unwavering belief in our clients. That's all we really have. Unwavering belief. Only when we truly believe what our clients tell us can we fight with everything we have for their cause. In any battle, there will be no victory without fate. So I believe you, unwaveringly. What's funny, Gina? Cool. Sounds like this emperor of Japan you come from. Everyone wants to be soft. Come on! Look at the mess it's got you into. Believing in that bog trotter. Yes, I inadvertently helped a murderer walk free. At least you learned your lesson now, eh? Believing in people's never worth it. Someone always stabs you in the back in the end. As soon as you let down your guard, yeah, you had it. Take a leaf out of my book. Leave no one. Get hooked by no one. Gina, may I ask you something? What? I'd just like to make absolutely sure. What would you like us to do with this representation papers for tomorrow's trial. How many times do I have to say it? Rip them up and chuck them away. Are you really sure that's what you want? Bet that's what y'all want all now. Mr. I'm a believer, lawyer over there. Don't forget it was me in the trial 2 months ago. Let everyone up the garden path, didn't I? You telling me you could believe in me after that? Not likely. Well, Mr. Nardo, a lawyer's primary weapon is an unwavering belief in his clients. Ultimately, it comes down to whether or not I feel like I trust Gina after everything that's happened. Yeah, come on, I trust her. As soon as Iris makes puppy dog eyes at her, she's just like, no. Gina, let me say it again. Please allow me to represent you in tomorrow's trial. Are you half-baked? Not at all. You're not once admitted to committing a crime, have you? What's more, I believe that you're telling me the truth. Seriously, Mr. Nauro Odo? Don't you hear all what I said before? I'm born liar. Fibs just trip off my tongue. And I'm a diver, don't forget. Pulled the wool over your eyes 2 months ago and got you in all sorts of trouble. Why would you ever trust me now? I just don't get it. Gina, I do understand why you choose not to put your trust in others. But I assure you, there is more to this life than you yet realize. What do you mean? The world we live in is full of people you would do very well to trust. People who wouldn't ever let you down. Eh? It's true that I'm just a student of law. I'm certainly lacking in courtroom experience. But I can promise you this. Whatever happens, until my very last breath, I am completely on your side. What do you expect me to say then? She's crying. She's doing a little tear. Then it's decided. I will take these papers now and carry out the necessary preparations for tomorrow's trial. It would be a shame to throw them away now, after it's been penned with your name so beautifully. Do what you like. He's not a... I don't know what, y'all. I don't get ya. Aw. She's taking herself off to the back of her cell. She never admitted, but I hope she's feeling relieved. It turned out alright in the end, I think. Whoever's hiding there, show yourself at once! Eavesdropping is the height of cowardness. Miss Susato? Somebody is there in the shadows. I could sense it. Somebody who wasn't there before. What? Oh, there he is. Suppose you were trying one of those mystic Japanese arts. All the art of stealth I've heard so much about. Anyone was being stealthy was you, Inspector. Gracie! Oh, dearie me. So terribly sorry, your ladyship. Didn't mean to startle you. How long have you been listening in our conversation? Good grief! Listening in? No. Just got word that there's some visitors who are refusing to leave even though it was after hours. I assure you, your ladyship, I only just arrived this very minute, not a moment earlier. That's all it is. Nothing untoward. Nothing at all. After hours? Is it that late already? So then, I humbly excuse myself now. Your ladyship. Ta-da, Joodle, cheerio, and all the best, boy. Bye and bye. It's a lot of farewells. Not one of them appropriate for her ladyship. Oh, but I wanted to have a chat. I'm terribly sorry, but time is pressing at the minute. Why'd you block me? Oh, I see. That's a shame. I don't get this emergency at the Supreme Court dealt with Sharpish. Lord Strongheart will... Well... Emergency? Lord Strongheart? No, forget I said anything. Anyway, I'm off. Alright, Gracie, if you have to. But let's chat soon. Delighted, charmed, can't wait. If you please, pleasure. It's a lot of pleasantries. Not one of them sincere. Gracie's so funny. He says such silly things. It's certainly entertaining to see an inspector of the police fawning into a 10-year-old girl. Anyway, I wonder what this emergency is at the Supreme Court. I must attend the account clerk's office now before it closes. Yes, of course. Thank you, Mrs. Sato. Kindly escort Iris home now, Mr. Nado. I shall meet you there later. And so our investigation came to an end. Sato-san went to file that necessary papers for my defense of Gina the following day. And then it hit me. I can no longer suppress the wretched feeling that has been gnawing away at my insides. Tomorrow, Sato-san would be leaving Britain and making her way back to Japan. 16th April, 11:13 p.m. None of those legal consulates. Nanodo-san, it's been a very trying day, hasn't it? I do hope you're not too exhausted. What about you, Sato-san? Oh my god, what is all that stuff? What is that supposed to be? Like a little whale or something? What about you, Sato-san? The day has been even more trying for you, I'm sure. Mr. Shlomes was shot before our eyes. Gina was arrested. All the back of the news that her father has fallen ill. She must return to Japan at once. I hope your father recovers soon. Thank you for your kind words. I wonder why it is that so many thoughts rage in my head like a storm. And yet, I seem unable to find the words to express any of them. No! No more pretending that airplanes are this or that! Stop it! Stop being cringe! Bad! No! God. I know exactly what you mean. God. I'm sweating a storm. Why is it so bad? Why is summer bad? Like, honestly. Ah! Shady Sands, why'd you bonk me? That wasn't nice. I don't deserve to be bonked. And we have one final task to complete as your judicial assistant. Once that is done, I shall make preparations for my departure tomorrow. Cringe culture is life. This hurts me. This hurts me greatly. One final task. I'm gonna show this to her again. It means a great deal to me, you know? That you cherish this armband so, and wear it each time you appear in court. It's very important to me, so it shows that I'm a lawyer. And whenever I wear it, I feel as though it gives me strength through Kazuma. I still can't be without it, especially when I'm at a critical point in a trial. You're bonking me like Kaido bonked Luffy? Okay, bud. Don't be bonking me like one of your One Piece stories. Draw me like one of your One Piece girls. Saw something and my eyes are bleeding, so I need to make someone suffer. That's fair. I get the suffering bit. But just the other day I noticed you were wearing it when we went to visit that park. Must have forget to take it off. The Hound of the Baskervilles. Iris' unpublished work. Yes, so Mr. Schlims was telling us all the truth. He did indeed deposit it for safekeeping with Mr. Windybank. True, but then... Still leaves the question of how Sato-san I knew the full title. I haven't read it myself, of course. No. I realized I spoke carelessly last night. It was a dreadful mistake. I know that you must have had your reasons for not telling us anymore. So like Nami, but a different flavor, I suppose. You're out of bunks? How are you out of bunks? That's on you! You're the one that... I give you the points! The points are there! Like, the bunk, I think, costs like 200 at most. Yeah, it costs like 100. Ah! Yeah. Okay. Tomorrow's departure. You know what time you will leave London in the morning? Yes, I pick up my ticket earlier. Should be leaving here at 4 AM. See, well, I'll escort you to the station. Absolutely not. Sorry? I'm sure you realize why I can't possibly let you do that. You have a very important day ahead of you tomorrow. Gina's trial. Yes, I know, but every word you utter will have the potential to determine Gina's fate. You must get as much rest as possible. Even though, like me, I'm sure you'll find it hard to sleep. You have points, but they're out of stock. They're not out of stock! Points are just given. You used the deja vu thing, costs 150! Like, my goodness. Please, for me, do try. Going back to Japan then. So she's not going to be in the part of the final trial? It's just 2 months since we arrived in London. We managed to establish this office. It was finally feeling as though we were settling in. I would be lying if I said I felt no regret. I'm so sorry, Sato-san. It's just so sudden. I really don't know what to think. I have no time to gather my thoughts. I know we've only been here a short time, but in my limited experience of the courtroom, I feel I've learned something. And what would that be? Seems to me there are many facades of people's personalities. Facades? And like a jewel, the light plays off them in complex patterns, emulating their actions and their motives. We see only a small number of the total facades. What was illuminated is only a part of the whole story. The lies in the shadows? What do these facades we cannot see look like? Perhaps there are some parts we'll never lay eyes on, for as long as we live. That's so true. Sometimes I feel as though I'm blind to so much, but I keep hoping that one day it'll all become clear. That all of the facades will be illuminated. I'll finally understand how everything fits together. Naruto-san, I suppose what matters is that we keep our eyes open, keep moving forward, even if the way sometimes seems dark. It's amazing to think it's been just 2 months. You've grown so much. Sorry? I've what? Oh no, it was nothing. Unimportant. Okay. Apparently I could examine things. What's the matter with me? Why are you examining things at a time like this? This is my last chance to talk to Mrs. Sata-san before she leaves. Dang. I can't examine things. You mentioned one final task a moment ago. What do you mean? Oh my, I nearly forgot. Please, I want you to have this. What is that? Some huge bundle of documents. It's my notes from the case 2 months ago. The murder that was committed on the omnibus. The McGlynn case? It seems to me that this case of Mr. Wendybank's murder, of which Gina is accused, is very much tied up with the omnibus case, in ways that are not yet completely apparent. So I took the liberty of consulting my writings about the case for you. Everything else just I had to think about. I still managed to do this. All neatly laid out for me in her beautiful handwriting. It was my pleasure. I can only hope that it will bolster your case tomorrow for Gina. Thank you so much, Sata-san. I'll do my best to use it wisely. You really are the best judicial assistant in the world. Well, that's extremely flattering. But I'm sorry to say, I've been a complete failure. Sorry? I didn't quite catch what you said there. Oh, ignore me. I was just mumbling to myself. No, why does Sata-san think this way? No, poor Babu. Well, it's getting rather late. I think you should go to bed now, Naruto-san. I must finish packing up my things in my room. Sata-san, I wish you the very best of luck tomorrow. Good night. Wait! There's something I need to say! Hiya! What was that? A secret technique of mine. The Susato shutdown. Shutdown? Please, I implore you. We have to voice our goodbyes. I won't be able to hold back my tears. Oh. Oh, she's so good. Sasata-san. Truly had been a trying day. On our feet for hours, getting Gina to open up to us, and learn the truth about the nemesis of the case. Physically and mentally, I was exhausted, and yet the idea of sleep seemed impossible. But I forced myself to close my eyes, as a phone of scenes of my lives here in London played through my mind. Eventually, my fatigue triumphed, and I fell into a deep sleep. Are you gonna oversleep, my dude? Are you gonna oversleep? 17th April. The Small Hours, St. Sinners Hospital, Ward 3. Is Susato talking to Mr. Slomes? On the contrary, the pleasure has been mine. I bid you farewell, and Godspeed. My dear madam. What's she doing? What's she doing? What's she doing? What is she doing? What does Susato-san got for us? This is crazy, y'all. I got a feeling something's gonna happen when Shlom's coming in and being like, "What's that? I know the secret." I feel it. I feel it in my mind and in my powers and whatnot. But that's it for today, y'all. We were just gonna like do it for this long, just cause we could, cause we can, and all the joys. But now it's time to go. So thank you, Audacity, for showing up. Thank you, Right Shitty Sans, for being here too. For the small time that you were. A pleasure as always. Rar, thank you for the gift sub, as well as coming in and just talking a little bit. It's always great to see that. Thank you, Tristan, specifically, Audacity. I really should reemphasize that for being here first and foremost. And yeah, tomorrow we're gonna go figure out the trial. We're gonna see what's gonna be happening on that end. Till then, thank y'all for watching. Sayonara.